Hey Aries, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. We're going to start out with the astrology, which is particularly important concerning you basically all through March, but especially at this time because you have Chiron sitting in your first house, and we got to talk about it a little bit. So we'll start with the astrology and then we'll get into the cards, okay? There's always an extended reading, and that enables me to go deeper into and give you more information. So I hope you can join me for that. There are two ways to join. You can either purchase the Vimeo extended, or you can join the Unbound membership for a much lower price, and you can get all the extendeds at your access whenever you want, unlimited access, as well as a whole bunch of other perks like being able to ask me questions twice a week, whatever tarot or astrology questions you want. I'll go live just for you guys. So there's lots of great perks to the Unbound, so be there. And then if you will, please remember to subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell. Select all notifications Aries so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Aries comes out every single Thursday. And remember, I have a second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation. Check that out. I'll attach the link above, where you can join me for a daily tarot card reading, which is a general reading, and it's done live. So we can exchange thoughts there as well. So let's get into the astrology, Aries. The astrology is really impactful right now because basically what's happening, mostly because of Neptune's position to the nodes, is that time stands still. Neptune is timeless. So ultimately what's going on between the North and South node is, how does that play out in a linear existence? There's a general sense of, now I can fix them. Now I realize what I did wrong, and I can fix it. So I have a chance. It's not even a second chance. It's a better chance, because you're a better version of yourself. And you're going back to fix whatever it is it was a dynamic wrong, right? Because it was an active wrong. It was a wrong, not to say that you did anything cruel or hurt people, but you made the mistake based on pride or ego, or you were misguided. And this is, you get to go back and fix it and do it right. It doesn't mean that it happens in one day. You could be working for the rest of the year on this. And because Chiron is in your first house, that's what it suggests to me, that this will take longer for you, and it'll bust your balls a lot more. But ultimately, you will be driven to get this done and fix this thing that you've just realized, crap, I should have never let that happen. And you will legitimately almost get to annul it. You'll get to erase it if you're capable of sticking with it and working on it. Now, Chiron in your first house, and this makes you central really for the entire wheel right now, for everybody, because Aries represents the universal first house, the self. And because Chiron is sitting there, there's that sense of what has our hardship taught us? You know, have the hard lessons finally gotten through? Have we finally realized what we need to improve? And for you especially, the answer is yes, you have. But because of Chiron's kind of challenging aspects to the North and South node, there is this sense of, am I moving forward? Am I facing my challenges? Have I taken on, basically, how's it going to feel? It's going to irritate the shit out of you. You're going to feel irritated a lot because you know exactly what you have to change, but all the crap piled up that's been packed around you over the years of maybe doing the wrong thing is going to make it extra difficult for you. Think of it almost like, I'm going to say this, like a prisoner who gets out of prison and they know what they've done wrong and they don't want to go back, but nobody will give them a fucking job and nobody will let them move forward because society is now either way ahead of you or completely against you, and it feels like it's justified for being against you. So ultimately, there's like, all the doors are closed, and it's like, I want to change, but but the society is saying that I don't get a chance to change because in some ways they're fucking comfortable with me being behind. And so you may feel that way, especially at work, because the North node is in Taurus, right? It's in your house of financial construction, of not day-to-day work, but house of finances, house of gain, house of value, right? So ultimately, are you being valued? You'll be very frustrated. You'll be like, I'm not being valued. right? It's kind of like that 45-year-old that decides to go back to college, and even though they're doing much better on all the tests and they have much more wisdom to give to all of the assignments, it's still like the kids going to college that get all the attention, and it's still them that are getting the first job offers, and everybody's recruiting them. And it's like, well, why'd I even go back to fucking college, right? Why'd I even do all this goddamn work? Like, that's the frustration. And the answer that you'll come to, or that you have to come to, I did it for me. Fuck them. It's not about them, and it's not about their validation. But I did it for me. That's what I did it for. And just the fact that I'm here every single day and I'm not going to give up is going to legitimately break through to people's blocked minds, cold hearts, and bullshit mentality. And I'm telling you right now, Aries, you're going to start to see, especially after April, a bunch of opportunities beginning to open up for you based on the fact that you did not give up. So the core word for you right now, tenacity. Tenacity. Stay tenacious. Get after it. That where there is a will, there is a way. And you're not going to make the same mistakes. You're not going to, happy birthday, Doug Danny, break the same laws, break the same rules. But I'll tell you, a lot of people will be throwing your shit up to you. Why should I trust you? Because look at all these infractions you got 15 fucking years ago, right? Oh, why should I? But this, I'm going to hire the kid because, you know, a 21-year-old only wants $50,000 a year and you're asking for $80,000 a year and you're old and I don't want to get, you know, you're going to come up against a lot of people's ignorance because they have put you in a category that they feel secure with, and you moving out of it doesn't make them feel comfortable or makes things more difficult for them. Fuck that. You keep getting in their face and you make things so goddamn uncomfortable that ultimately they have to see you, they have to realize you, they have to recognize you. Tenacity will get you everywhere right now, Aries. You stay on it. You stick with it. You will break through this. Now, let's get into the cards. Aries, 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 Aries. It is really frustrating. And this is the new moon. This is the new moon in Pisces. And Pisces is your 12th house. So ultimately, Aries, there's a lot of beautiful things and a lot of do-overs that are coming from places that you don't even expect. So please remain open and don't close your mind, right? Don't do what society's doing to you. Don't close your mind. If somebody asks you or offers you an opportunity, and it's a well-intended opportunity, even if it wasn't your perfect, even if it wasn't your ideal, say yes. Remember, you don't want to mimic society. You want to defy the shitty way they're treating you. So don't do what they're doing. Don't say no just because it didn't fit the stereotype that you thought or that you were after. Don't. Get rid of your stereotypes in your head and take these opportunities that are being offered to you. People who are willing to invest in you and have faith in you and give you opportunities deserve your loyalty in return. Okay, I just wanted to say that. Be peace. So this is finding balance in yourself and finding an ability to actually make peace with those around you. Tranquility. Anything that makes you tranquil, whether it's exercise, right? Maybe it's exercise. A lot of times with Aries, you feel more peaceful when you're like active, you know, like you're going to the gym and you're keeping your physical body going, and that's just going to clear you. It's like a meditation form for you. So do that. Whatever gives you peace and helps you like balance your body out and balance your body with your mind and all this energy that's in you and building in you, all this frustration, all this tension, all this anger. Do what you need to do to fucking like counter it and give yourself peace. Like use it to bring yourself peace, whatever that is, whether it's boxing or climbing or racing or whatever it is. Just fucking let yourself do it so that you can find that peace. That peace is what's going to open you up to being able to see the good opportunities that are coming for you. Take time out. Let yourself take a break. This is bear energy, could also have to do with mother energy, motherhood, being a mother, finding peace. I don't know, maybe there's a prominent mother figure in your life, somebody helping you, asking for somebody's help. Take time out is really an energy of Allow yourself, like there's so much coming at you right now. There's so much stress. There's so much tension. So please give yourself what you need to be able to heal, to be able to get yourself back to a place of stability and health. Whatever that is, you know, could be kayaking down the fucking Grand Canyon, whatever, the Colorado River. But if that's what's meditative for you, then let yourself do it. Learn from the past is here. This is also matriarchal. This is also let yourself come up. There's a lot of wounds that could be coming up. You know, from the dregs of where that south node is, especially with Chiron, the things that you've learned, the things that you were, how things hurt you. So what hurt you? Let them come up, and maybe you've tried to bury them, and maybe you've tried to pretend like they didn't exist because that was easier for you. But once again, isn't that what society's doing to you? And isn't that what is frustrating you so much? Like, don't block things out. It's really important for you, Aries, right now to open up to all the things that are really hurting you, and to call them out, and to address them, and to talk about them, and recognize and realize that things from the past really like overwhelmed you, or made you feel bullied, or you still feel like there's so much pressure coming from an expectation that you have, especially a parental expectation, that ultimately, you know, it's like but you gotta defy it. You've got to defy it, but you're going to feel like, but I'm letting this person down. You're letting yourself down by not asserting your own identity. So that's really what's important now. And then we have Spirit has a plan. So this really is speaking with the higher power. This really is finding faith, because it'll take a lot of faith for you to make these changes, because this is going to, you know, strum on your guilt strings. This is going to strum on your familiar obligations. This is going to strum on, like, you know, but I've depended on this person for love my whole life. How can I call them out on their shit? Well, it's because you have to, and you have to start depending on yourself for love, right? Like, that's kind of why there's a necessary reason. It is going to take a leap of faith, and it is going to take you really truly connecting with what you know your purpose is, and you got to, I mean, it's calling you, and so you got to do it. Even if it means making radical changes, and that's just how it's got to be. Let's go into these cards. Aries, 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 Aries. I don't know why that was there. We have the Sacral Chakra, which is, you have so much energy inside you right now. It's almost about to explode out of you. This is your fuel pump. This is your hot zone, right? Just keep pumping it. Keep pumping it. Like, use your energy and don't be scared of it. And if people are scared, they can get the fuck out of your way. Wisdom is here. So you're not the same person that you used to be. Understanding and trusting yourself is a big part of how you're going to change. You're going to trust you instead of trusting the traditions around you, instead of trusting the establishment, instead of trusting what people have told you. Or, because people are going to tell you the things that are right for them. Is it really right for you? So you have wisdom now. And ultimately, this is you being empowered to pump into, to fuel or support those things that you know are the right things, because you've felt the absence of them. You've lived your life in the absence of them. You've lived your life deprived of them because you have trusted what other people said you should be doing. And ultimately, fuck that. That's a sense of, now I know the emptiness, and I'm not going to let myself feel it anymore. I deserve to feel full. And then we have material harvest. Sacral chakra could also mean you've been getting digestive problems, digestive issues, because your system is trying to fucking tell you, don't do it. Don't hold in the stress, right? You're getting stressed because you're doing something against what you know is your real course, or what you should be doing. And there's causing a lot of intestinal issues because you're not, and it's going to be more extreme, based on how badly you've repressed yourself, right? If you've stuck yourself in a mortgage, taking care of your parents, and you've never let yourself like spread your fucking wings, you could be going to the hospital every other week with stuff that they can't diagnose. And it's because it is legitimately your own energy corroding inside of you. That has to be out, and you've suppressed your own identity to do what other people told you made you a good person. That's fucking bullshit. You've got to be your own version of the great person you're meant to be. And then we have material harvest. So there is a bounty for you. Take what's being offered to you. I hate to make this sound like it's like the most horrible. It's not the most horrible time in your life. It's one of the most powerful times of your life. There is a great deal of abundance and prosperity that is right there for you, as long as you don't feel greedy or selfish by digging into it or taking what's available to you. Stop being the fucking martyr. Ultimately, like, that's the underlying energy. It is not getting you anywhere. It is not making you a good person, and it is holding you back. So let yourself dig into the resources available to you and set your fucking standards high, right? High based on your true identity, not based on what society says you should want. Okay, that's the difference, right? It's like, how do I set my standards? Well, does this really live up to what gets my heart going and makes my energy explode out of me? Or is this just doing well for helping me to fit in, which means that I have to squeeze myself into the little boxes that have been designed for me? There's a fucking difference there, right? Aries. Exchanging gifts. Yeah, somebody's been really fucking selfish with you. I can tell you right now. This is a sense of you've been working your ass off and you don't feel like people have really been appreciating it, or you've been doing a hell of a lot more work, or you've taken the example of somebody, you've mimicked them doing a whole hell of a lot of work for basically nothing, thinking like I can give my all and I'm just gonna have to keep giving my all. That's a waste of your energy. You're wasting your energy, your precious energy. You are pure energy. Everybody starts through you. And there is a sense of, yeah, wouldn't everybody want to just like jump on board and tap into that? And that's the problem, is that too many people in your life have been repressing the work that you should be doing, because keeping you working for them is basically like almost like, you know, like in the Matrix, like you've become their battery cell. You've become their fuel cell. And of course, they're going to make you feel really fucking guilty for any thought that you have of getting out of the Matrix, right? They're going to send their Smiths after you and be like, oh, something's wrong with you. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're not wrong. You're just thinking, oh, I can do this for myself, right? Shouldn't I put my energy into me? And you're going to feel guilty the whole time because you've been programmed that makes you a bad person. But you've been programmed by everybody around you that needs your energy to work for them. And that's what the shit that's got to stop. And then we have milk and honey, because everything on the other side of this lack of appreciation is you getting a bunch of abundance, right? So ultimately it's you allowing yourself to essentially do the selfish thing. You're not really being selfish, but you're going to consider yourself being selfish because ultimately that's what you've been trained to believe, that that's what it is. But that churning in your stomach is going to really aggravate you. And let me tell you something. People have intentionally come to you and made you feel guilty and gotten in your face with a lot of shit because they knew you could fucking hurt them. Like, they knew you could fucking like take the room, and they were scared as soon as you walked in, and they made it your problem. They made their fear of you and all that they intuitively knew your energy could do, they made it your problem. And by making it your problem and by playing on your guilt, they were able to tap into your energy and make it work for them. So not only did they repress you, they've also found a way to use you. And who is the they? It's somebody close to you. It could be a parent. It could be your family, or it's just in general the society that you're living in. And you now have the right to defy all that, break all those chains, and I believe it's take the fucking red pill, right? You know what I'm saying? Be like, fuck you, I'm not staying chained anymore. I'm not going to be your fuel cell, right? That's the kind of energy that we're talking about. And this is really what the Piscean moon is helping you realize, because it's all happening in your psyche. It's so ingrained in you, you probably wouldn't even know it or feel it or be able to recognize it consciously. And that's why it's coming out in your stomach issues, in these health issues. It's fucking churning inside of you. It's coming out these ways. And you got to listen to that. You got to listen to you. What was a meme that I just saw recently is, Aries, listen to how your nervous system responds around people. If it makes you tense, if it makes you agitated, if it makes you start to be ill, if it makes you want to run away, then this is a person that is not healthy for you, even if it's a person who's supposed to have loved you your whole life. It's like that. You ever saw the movie Tangled? Right? You ever see that movie Tangled? A Disney movie? Whatever. It's about the witch, right? That keeps her fucking blocked in the tower, who's always telling her, oh, I'm doing it for your sake. She's not doing it for her sake. She's doing it for her own selfish reasons, because she's afraid, because she wants Rapunzel's strength and power to be something that she uses for her own good and her own selfish reasons. And that's kind of like the paradox that you're in right now, that you're going to feel really selfish when you climb out of the tower. I'm hurting somebody. I'm leaving her behind, because she trapped you. They put you in a fucking tower. Like you don't deserve that. It's almost like narcissism be gone. I'm breaking out of everything you told me I should be. And it is going to be challenging, because people are going to come after you because they don't want to lose their asset. You understand? They don't want to lose their fucking asset. And this is playing out a lot in work. Because there's a lot of energy focused in Capricorn and Taurus. So a lot of this shit is playing out in work for you, and how you make your money, and how people can fuck you because they can hold your paycheck over your head. Just FYI. Then we have the full moon in Gemini. So you got to let something off your chest. You got to talk about shit. You got to have one-on-one conversations with people where you are just straight up honest, right? And a lot of information might be coming to you through these conversations, including opportunities. So let's go into tarot and see what opportunities are in store for you. The links are below. Love you guys.